If you've been waiting to get your hands on a Valve Steam Deck, now is as good a time as ever, especially because there is a sale going on. Not just a sale for games. No, the Steam Deck is on sale. That is crazy. The Steam Deck has been my favorite handheld that I've had in my possession for years now. This thing is amazing. I love it. And I've done tons of different videos talking about handhelds, reviewing them, different like emulation setups and builds and things out of China, Amazon, and whatnot. And I always get the comment, people ask me, like, well, this one looks like a ROM dump or it's junky or doesn't play everything type of thing. Which one would you recommend? My recommendation is always like, hey, if you could do it yourself, that's gonna get the best, results, or to get set up from somebody else type of thing. And for me, emulation purposes, having a emulation handheld or a setup that I could plug into my TV and play with a controller, I use the Steam Deck. And I've done videos on this. It's simple. You take your butt over to the Internet Archive, download some ROMs for all the systems you want. I play PS3, PS2, Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, GameCube. I'm playing all sorts of things on my Steam Deck, and they run great. So that's awesome to me. But yeah, I've done videos. It's very simple to do and get set up. A lot more simple than like plenty of other devices out there. So I do recommend the Steam Deck if you want to use it for that. But I also use it for PC gaming. And it's just a sweet device. I'm having fun with it, but I'm curious to see the future. Like, what is the Steam Deck 2 going to be? Because they're eventually going to do one. But this sale here, and typically when I hear, 10% off, to me, that's not a lot of money. But with the Steam Deck, when the base unit is $400, then the second one's $529. The high end one it's just memory, the storage, not like, one's better than the other. They all the same specs type of thing. But the $650 one, that $584.10 right now. You can't go wrong with any of them. You really can't. The $400 one at $360, yeah. But when you're at these hundreds of dollars level of a product, 10% does start to, make it a bit of a difference. If it's like 10% off of $10, like, oh wow, I saved $1, type of thing. So I think this is a really good deal for playing PC games, getting an emulation setup going that's portable. I would recommend the dock as well. I don't know if they have the dock on sale. I didn't see it on here, but we'll take a look. But yeah, these are great prices. If you get the 64 gigabyte one, which I still highly recommend, I bought one for somebody as a gift. And all you need to do is like, hey, yeah, you could buy a replacement, SSD for it if you're comfortable with opening it up and whatnot. But you know what, man? My Steam Deck, I've been rocking it with a micro SD card, loading most of my games from it. I have no problem with it. Like, everything loads just fine. It's not like, I'm sitting here waiting 5 years for a game to load. No, I don't really notice too much of a difference at all. I recommend, like, hey, $359.10. Hey, just add a micro SD card and get going, right? So yeah, that's a pretty sweet deal on a Steam Deck. If you waited, cool, man. Save some money now if you want one. And the sale, it's available to other regions as well, like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong via Komodo. And the sale ends in about a week. So March 23rd at 10 a.m. Pacific time. You've only got about a week to, make a decision there. And as I said, we've got some other stuff going on. So startup movies. This was something people had already figured out how to do, but they've now made it an actual feature of the UI. And to celebrate, I guess they've created 20 different startup movies of their own, like the one we're looking at right here. And the cool thing is if you've already done these customizations before they made it an actual feature, they state that it's going to be, they'll show up in the new UI as well. And if you want, you can just have it shuffle between all the different startup movies that you have. So that's kind of cool. Neat that they've incorporated it. Other people figured out a way to do it. And, Valve was like, hey, let's just actually make this a feature. Seems like something people like. And they do have a few. You could redeem Steam points, I guess, to grab these. I have 165,000 Steam points. I guess you accumulate points. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. But yeah, there's a bunch of Steam startup movies here. And you could use it in big picture mode on your PC as well if you want. I'll probably grab these, just, spend some points because I don't know what else to use them for. But that's pretty cool. But what else do they got going on? The Steam Spring Sale is what's going on. So they have this event right now with tons of games marked down, some more than others. And what they've done is they've compiled the top 100 games played on the Steam Deck from the past year, put them on this list so you could scroll through it and see, because a bunch of them are on sale. Some of them aren't, like you'll see Hogwarts Legacy's on the top of the list, but it's not on sale. I'm not going to name off every single game here, but if you see something of interest, like drop a comment down below. I may check it out. I'm always looking for recommendations. Like this Vampire Survivors, it's not marked down a lot, but it's only a $4 game. But I've seen a lot of people talking about it late last year, and I've been meaning to grab it. But the one thing, like, point out, like, okay, Hogwarts here. The one thing you want to look at, Steam Deck compatibility. So it's got a green check mark, means it's verified. All the functionality is good. They verified it. No issues. If you go into the Steam Deck and into the store, there'll be a like great on deck section where everything's verified. Some games haven't been through the verification process, but may work just fine. But looking for those green check marks, you know the game just right out of the box. You download it, you're going to be playing. But then you're going to find stuff like, like Red Dead Redemption 2 here has that little yellowish orange, icon, and it's playable. Meaning that there might be a couple little tiny issues that some people may not even find an issue. Like it says for this one, the game's launcher setup tool may require the touchscreen or a virtual keyboard, or may have some difficult to read text in the game. So yeah, that might not be an issue, but they've decided it was, and they want to mark it as such. So there you go. If it's a green check mark, means you're not using the keyboard or anything. Everything's readable. You are good there. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of games here, and you're seeing, what the hell is Brotato? $4 game. Okay, it's only 20% off. That looks like The Binding of Isaac. That's kind of cool, man. Always finding weird little things here. I've never heard of that game before. But as you're seeing, there's a lot of heavy hitters here that they got a green check mark. They can play on the Steam Deck. And that's cool, man. So many options here. If you want to use a Steam Deck for emulation, that's great. If you want to play PC games, yeah, there's tons of things here that run just fine. Of course, like a lot of these games are newer stuff that's on the Xbox Series X or the PS5, and they're going to, the fidelity, the graphics, all that kind of stuff's going to look better on those consoles than the Steam Deck, but this is still a cool option. And a lot of these games look great on the Steam Deck, as well, but yeah, it's not going to compare to, a high-end PC or a current gen, PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X type of thing. But there we go. Dead Cells half off, $12.49. That's a no-brainer in my opinion. I've been talking about that game quite a bit lately since the Castlevania stuff came out. But yeah, $12.49. Hey, buy that Castlevania DLC for $9.99. You're going to have some fun, man. Going to have some fun. So yeah, let me know any recommendations on what they have for sale here. Some really old stuff. Hey, Left 4 Dead 2, 99 cents. Why not? It's a great freaking game. Portal 2, 99 cents. And like I said, you're finding old stuff, new stuff, things that are just current on every like console and whatnot. You want to play Sonic Frontiers? Hey, it's playable on the deck. Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's playable on the deck. The deals aren't the greatest on everything, but if you start digging, you're going to find some cool stuff. And, there's other key resellers out there. I've used them, gotten some decent deals, but always got to make sure you're buying from a reputable store. Like you're not getting scammed type of thing. But there you go. A lot of cool stuff, man. Let's get to the bottom here. Gotham Knights, mixed reviews. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Cuphead. Of course Cuphead's going to play. The Sims 4. Huh. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Devil May Cry 5. The Monster Hunter games, but there you go. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate y'all watching. Bye. Now's the time. Buy a Steam Deck.